Nation Network. What's going on? Hey, it's CVV, Chris Van Vliet, and you guys are crushing it. I want to send you a big congratulations on the 2,000 subscribers. 2K22 is unbelievable, and I love that everybody's kind of jumping on board here and realizing how great the content that you're putting out is. So for the community, a big thank you for being part of the Nation Network, and you guys are just getting started. Woo! Keep it going.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Vince McSham with you here. And it is that night that we all wait for. It's one of the two big ones for me, of course. And it is the Royal Rumble. I guess you can tell who I'm kind of pulling for here. This is going to be a kickoff show. We're not going to be here for the whole thing. And then I'll come back on afterwards and we can discuss the big surprises and stuff. But there's a lot of news happening right now. And I thought now would be a good time to jump on a little bit early and, just go over some stuff. Andrew's here. What's happening, my man? Freddie, how you doing? I'm going to go ahead and paste and Blaze in the house. The text or the link right there if you all want to jump up and just say whatever you want to say about either what's happened in the last 24 hours or so. It ain't never a dull moment around there. Blaze, you should get on real quick, man. For all the crap I give you about AEW, I'm thinking about myself, and I'm like, well, we might not have wrestlers doing crazy, stupid shit, breaking their legs on TV every week, but we got other problems. Going all the way back to Mel Phillips, so it isn't something recent either. Yeah, I mean, look, I don't know. Yeah, me too, dude. This is the best I've felt, to be honest with you, and my girlfriend, she's wiped out. It's been my whole, where I'm at work the last month has been crazy busy. We have this big car auction thing that goes on for 2.5 weeks, and we were out in that weather, and it was just crap weather here in Florida for the entire month of January until today. Today's the first good weather day we've had. It has been cold. It has been rainy, muddy, and we've been out stuck in it for days upon days, and it's just kicking the crap out of all of us. I still got sinus stuff going on, but I'm feeling better in general than I have in the last several days. So there's that. There'll be a TNA presence tonight. Wouldn't surprise me at all. They did bring Mickie James in not too long ago. And she was the TNA Knockouts champion at the time. I'd be a little surprised to see Jordan Grace here tonight, but it would be cool as hell if that happened. But other than that, I mean, I don't have spoilers other than my own thoughts of what's going to possibly happen. Okada showing up tonight would be amazing, but I don't think so. Sasha, I'm going to be shocked if she does. I'll be disappointed if she doesn't show up tonight. And I think it's a real safe bet that Trinity's going to be there. So Jordan Grace, I would be stunned. I mean, there's no crossover for that. I mean, it doesn't make sense why, unless they have some sort of mild working relationship with them all of a sudden. Yeah, again, I don't think Okada shows up tonight, although he could do a one-off. He's a free agent right now. He can take anything he wants. So maybe just for the event itself. Triple H is the guy that actually knows who he is, unlike Vince, who wouldn't have had a clue who he was. Yeah, so jump on here, Blaze. Jump on, man. We ain't got spoilers. We just got educated guesses, man. No, look, anyone who didn't know before, like, the last 48 hours that Vince McMahon, not McSham, let's not get that. Yeah, I'm almost thinking I need to change my name at this point. But anyone who didn't know that Vince McMahon is a real sick individual mentally, clearly wasn't around for the Monday Night Wars. Those storylines that he wrote, not to mention the ones that got squashed with him and Stephanie having a baby. But what he did with that whole storyline with Linda in the wheelchair and with Trish, and you're not going to tell me you're not a sexual deviant if you're not only coming up with those story ideas, but then doing them on national television. So, yeah, I mean, nobody can act surprised. Nobody. One off with Okada would be cool. Yes, we do agree sometimes. And when we don't, I'm right. Just messing with you. All right. I don't want you to puke on my microphones. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I've had this name for so long now, and it says McSham if you can't figure out that it's a parody. Maybe I'll just drop the last part or something. I don't know. I hadn't really thought about it until I saw it on the screen just now. Oh, good times, good times. I'm well, all right. Let's start with the so Slim Jim was pulling out, and now they're back in. That's what she said. Now we can't even do that joke right now, right? Because otherwise that's going to go south. That was a wake-up call right there when they started seeing Slim Jim was pulling out of advertising, and that's a domino theory from there. Once one advertiser pulls out, the other ones kind of have to save face. Otherwise, they look like they're the enablers. So they did what they had to do. I mean, Vince still has his shares, so it's not like he's losing money. He just lost a seat and really didn't have much to do with the board at this point in time anyway, other than being at Wall Street, which that's not a good look anymore after a few days ago ringing the bell on Wall Street. And hell, just that mustache alone tells you he's a perv. Yeah, I know. Well, you know me, I'm in semi-retirement now, so does it really matter? Pulling out the Slim Jim, baby. Oh, yeah. And then all those guys that left when Vince left came back when Vince came back. I mean, boy, if that doesn't have fingerprints all over it to tell you these are the guys, these are the ones we're looking for. As Jim Cornette would say, that'd be a clue. Yeah, gotta be me. Scott, what's happening, man? Mustache was his disguise. Only if he was trying to look like Walt Disney. That is a nasty. I mean, I think he was thinking Clark Gable, but it didn't work. It did not work. Oh, good Lord. So yeah, they got all these guys to round up now. They're saying basically anyone who had any close affiliation with Vince is going to be gone. And I'm like, don't mess with his son-in-law because that's the one guy who's got his finger on the pulse and knows exactly what the hell to do. So yeah, it looks like Triple H is going to avoid that. And then they're also talking about the possibility of Stephanie coming back now. Boy, at some point in time, the true story has to come out of what the fuck, man, because that whole thing with Stephanie leaving and coming back and now gone again. And if she comes back, now you know she left because of Vince. And it sucks because it's her dad. So, you know, that definitely puts you in an awkward position. Hopefully he's never put her in an awkward position, but it wouldn't surprise me. The man's sick. The amazing thing really is that you've been able to hush all these people up this long. And at this point, why? Why even bother coming out? The guy is like almost 80. Let's assume this thing hits trial. Let's assume Vince is found guilty. That's a good 2 years from now, at least, the way the court systems work. And that's assuming we even have a court system left because we're about to go to civil war soon. So we might not have to worry about that at all. But let's just assume that, you know, the 24 states right now don't secede from the Union and we continue the United States as we've always known it. It'll be 2 years. If he's found guilty, then he's going to appeal it. That's going to be another 2 to 4 years. He's dead. He's never going to see a jail. you're not going to get any more money out of him than what he's given you. And the best thing about that whole incident, I don't know about the best thing, but the thing that I find most humorous in it, and I was listening to Cornette, and he picked up on it as well, is the fact that apparently Vince was making payments to this female in the hush money category and then just stopped paying all of a sudden. And hence she decided to go public with everything. And Brian Last, I think, was the one who brought it up. Says, yeah, that's what he does. That's what he did with Calgary when he bought Stampede, and then he just stopped paying. So it definitely fits the MO across the board for Vince McMahon. Yeah. What the Walter, somebody explain this shit to me. I mean, we know about nepotism, and I've been saying this for a couple of months now. It's like, why in the fuck they brought Nia Jax back? And then all of a sudden The Rock shows up, wants to sit at the head of the table. And that's why Nia Jax is back. And then all of a sudden his daughter's a GM. Boy, oh boy, now he's going to sit on the board. Okay, yeah. Oh my God, they are just stroking and toking this boy all over the damn place. I cannot stand Dwayne Johnson anymore. I am sick of him. He's a turncoat. He's a fraud. He's a piece of shit. Buy all the cars you want for people, bitch. You still a bitch. Well, at this point in time, I don't think, I guess you could settle out of court. But he says he's going to defend himself vehemently. Hard to do that if you just give somebody a big check. Yeah, I would not be shocked to see Big E. I mean, it might only be for the Rumble. I don't know that he can go in there and take real bumps again, but I think he can go in there and throw a couple people over the top and safely go over the top himself one time. Yeah, she did. She's and as Jim Cornette said, what the fuck's the purpose of that? It didn't work. These old things are never worth the money they're printed on or the paper they're printed on. Yeah, I would never make it through a whole stream today, man. My sinuses are just blowing up. Oh, I'm sure they're saying that. I don't buy it. Not for a second. McMahon's a walking cartoon now. If that was a cartoon, I'd be terrified as a child. Speaking of the kickoff, it's still 10 minutes away. I got the other screen going up over here. Yeah, I was thinking about doing a watch along, but then it's like, nah, I got a bunch of food I want to eat. I want to sit in front of the big TV. And I am really hoping for some big surprises here tonight. Well, one of them is that Brock Lesnar is not going to be in the Royal Rumble. I guarantee you will not see him tonight. Now, he's already said he won't do that, and that scares the shit out of me. Because they did want him to. They were approaching him. The Oprah people were definitely trying to get Team Dwayne together. And it's scary because with his personality, boy, yeah, he'd probably end up winning the son bitch because we got enough dumbasses in this country that would vote for him. Now, Walter, they're not touching Triple H. He hasn't been named in anything. There's no reason to, and he's been the Midas touch man ever since he took over. It's just been going up. No kidding. Who doesn't want to see that match? I mean, that was definitely something for Mania to look forward to, but damn now, and you got to think if you're Gunther right now, you're like, son of a bitch. That's my damn paycheck we're talking about. Like I said, we'll jump on when it's all said and done tonight because my prediction going into this, Cody wins the Rumble. Roman has 2 nights main event, which I'm fine with that. Night 1, he loses the title to Cody. Night 2, he loses the head of the table to The Rock. And that's how you can still keep everybody happy. And you can still have CM Punk and Seth Rollins if Rollins is able to go or whatever else you're going to do there. I don't know how you make that dance happen necessarily. I did love the fucking promo between CM Punk and Cody, though. That was gold. That was one of the sharpest promos. I mean, those two main zingers I didn't see coming. When he turned around and said, I'm more American Dream than you are. Oh, shit. And then when he came back saying, I'm more CM Punk than you, it's like, you talk about taking over to the, and then you walk away. I actually did it, bitch. So, yeah, that was a freaking amazing one of the all-time greatest promos. I can't think of one. The pipe bomb is up there with that. Hard Times is up there with that. And then after that, I don't know if I can think of another one that's in that category. Pick CM Punk to win the Rumble and Nia Jax for the win. Oh, God almighty. You know what? You're probably fucking right about that, and I can't even think about it. Please let her come in at number one and go out in 10 seconds. That fat, dangerous, crazy bitch. Post-show press conference after the Rumble. Yeah, that's new. That's a new thing nowadays. Everyone's got to have a press conference, but only AEW bites people. Yeah, so if we're right and Brock's not there tonight, do they set Gunther up with someone else to take over that role? And please don't tell me Omos. And who could it be that, would, man, that was the match right there, man. Brock was it. No, it's not a title a package deal, Freddie, because The Rock has no intentions of winning the title. He's not there for the title. He's there for head of the table. This is a family thing. Has nothing to do with the title, and he has no intention of defending one. Matter of fact, I wouldn't be surprised if he somehow costs him the title. Maybe he doesn't get involved in the match directly, but maybe he like Solo's getting ready to take out Cody, and he comes out and takes out Solo to keep it a one-on-one. Roman's distracted when he sees The Rock take out Solo, and then all of a sudden Cody Cutter, boom, done. No, dude. We've already waited. The fans are going to be pissed. And Triple H is pretty good about doing right by the fans. Vince, yeah, he'd fuck it up. And you can't even do Cody for the Seth title. It has to be Roman. He has to be the guy that does it. Oh, I got so much freaking food, Walter. I swear to God, I can't lose 2 pounds because it's Christmas and then it's Thanksgiving and then it was my uncle's birthday and they like to make a lot of food over there. And now it's this. I'm just, every time I try to be good, I'm bad. Yeah, and I've never been a fan of the multi-day mania until this year because I think you need it. No, man. I'll tell you, if Cody doesn't win, it's going to blow. Hall of Fame, where are they? In Philadelphia? You got to have somebody from ECW. And it seems like Sandman has been talked about being in the game, so maybe. Kind of odd that they would tip the hat in that direction. Not to say he doesn't deserve to be. I'm just. Who else did we got from Philly? SD Jones, I think he's already in. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh. Who's up in that area? They already got Bruno from a couple of years ago, so there goes that. Walter, we can only hope. I love Gable. I do. It's just not. It's so unbelievable. He's so small compared to this dude. Gunther wins. Yeah. I mean, you could do worse. I'm telling you, anything other than Cody beating Roman, however you get there, whether it's tonight or some other night or however you got to set it up, but anything other than Cody defeating Roman at Mania means Mania is not going to be as good as it's supposed to be. We've been waiting a friggin' year for this, like we did with Cena and The Rock. And then imagine you didn't have the main event. It doesn't need a title. That's why I'm saying put that at the second night. Well, we could all be wrong, Freddie. We're all just shooting shit right now. We don't know. That's the fun part of the Rumble. You don't know. There could be a TNA presence. No, you can't go another year. You just can't do that. It's too fans aren't going to put up with that. I mean, where would you do it other than WrestleMania? And you can't draw it out for a whole other year. It's just it's a huge fuck up if they do. This is like that year when they should have had Flair and Hogan for the world title, and then they put Sid Vicious in this thing and Macho Man. What the hell? You have your main event, the dream match of dream matches. Yeah, Jade. Well, I will bet my channel that she's going to be there in the Rumble. I don't know that she's going to win it. And even then, you got to figure out if she's not winning it, you got to book her strong. And then how do you get her eliminated so she stays strong? I would think she gets tied up with someone in the ropes and then somebody else comes along, or maybe two or three girls come along and topple both of them out while they were tied up or something like that. Refresh me on the new chamber policies. So, chamber is the same as Rumble? Or are you saying he would have a title match at Chamber? Because, yeah, that ain't going to happen. Roman goes into WrestleMania as the champion. That's the marquee. Oh yeah, Heyman, for crying out loud, he's got to go. How did I not even think of that? Yeah, no, that's an automatic. If Paul's not going in, we riot. Well, Scott, I still say that Roman has to lose the title on night one. And then The Rock can put the whole storyline finally to bed. Oh, they're getting ready to do the official kickoff show. Yep. We're on the same page. God, it scared me. We were agreeing too much tonight. Maybe it's because we're both sick. Scott, I'm telling you, it's the other way around. Rock gets involved in the match by keeping the outsiders outside. That distracts Roman for the win, for Cody to get the win. And then the next night, he's extra pissed. Now you cost me the title and you want the head of the table? I really thought about getting tickets for this because it is not far from me, but I'm glad I didn't because feeling the way I do right now, I would not want to be driving an hour and a half in a crowd of people, no less. No thanks. Speaking of Hogan, I just watched the police badge camera video from when Nick got his most recent DUI back in November, and Hogan showed up on the scene and all that. And I saw him like 2 weeks ago when he was over here, and man, he's just he's looking so old. It's sad. Well, Punk can go up against Seth Rollins. You can call it a main event if you want to or not. Doesn't matter. It's a friggin' match. I mean, it's a great match. Becky Lynch without her makeup. Let's fix that. Yeah, I mean, Hogan just did the opener. Wouldn't surprise me if he's there. I was already thinking about the WrestleMania 40 being a big one, one of the decade ones. And he, of course, was the main event of the first WrestleMania for several WrestleManias. So I'm sure he'll be, God willing, in Philadelphia for the 40. CSWA, what's happening, buddy? Going to Mania Night 2. Good for you, man. Be careful. Philadelphia ain't no joke. Got some crazy bitches up in that place. Yeah, he ain't gonna be no Rumble. I mean, I'm telling you, that man can't walk without a walking stick at this point. So, and it was just, I keep remembering when he went into the Hall of Fame, and they had that little behind the scenes, or it might have been Hogan Knows Best. Actually, I think it was Hogan Knows Best, and it was right after he got inducted, and he's back home and talking to the wife or whatever it was. He's like, yeah, man, like Iron Sheik is there, brother, and this one's there. And I'm like, man, I look a lot better than all these dudes. And I'm like, yeah, careful what you say, because, man, it's all coming. It's like Dick Clark. Dick Clark looked great right up until boom. Just like that, goes away. Hits fast, hits hard. Punk's story is the main event Mania. Again, him and Seth Rollins, co-feature main event. You got a world championship title on the line. I mean, what do you want to call it? Call it. No, I mean, that's not even a joke. It's true. He's in such bad shape right now. When I was watching him walk around, it's like, and he didn't walk much either. It's like they had a golf cart usually, within 30, 40 feet, somewhere like that. And walking with that big stick, looking like Gandalf there. Rollins and Gunther, night 1. Cody and Punk, night 2. No. By the way, AJ Styles, fuck. I don't know what he's been doing or what he's been eating or what, but my God, he looks like he's right out of a freaking superhero comic book. He is jacked. All right, don't make me regret this. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, joining us here live, Wrestling Purist.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing. What you got?
What I got? Well, more likely what you got. The countdown to the Royal Rumble. Well, that's something. But I do got some news about the Rumble itself. Apparently, I believe that from what I'm reading here, they saw Lesnar in the building. Yeah, well, something like that.
I cannot imagine. I think if Slim Jim came back into the fold for this event, which they now are, there was probably talk that certain things weren't going to be happening. And I got to believe one of them is that Brock Lesnar, who's pretty much named in this lawsuit, is not going to be part of it. Because why would you want your product?
Can I say one thing?
Can I stop?
NDA. Not just to Jericho, but to McMahon now. Now more than ever. I mean, the things I read about him, I can't believe the text I read this whole week. I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if he appeared in the Epstein list. Epstein. How do you call him?
Epstein.
Yeah, that. Yeah,
He
I wouldn't
doesn't
be
need
surprised at that
He has
point.
his own island.
Yeah.
Who do you think's going to win
But
the Rumble?
Cody. I mean, from what I've heard, they say that Cody won't win or won't finish the story at WrestleMania. But come on, I mean, it's gotta be him, or either that or Punk.
Well, thanks for narrowing it down. And if it's not Punk, then it's got to be. No. We could do 30 times.
Or maybe even McIntyre.
No,
I
Drew's
mean,
not winning. Drew's not winning. Your top three is
sure,
going to be
but
Gunther, Cody, and Punk, and that's it. There's nobody else going to win between those three.
yeah, I'm free at all.
Well, join us
But
on the after
Gunther,
show.
well,
Join us on the after show.
nah, thanks. It would be too late for me, but it was nice to see you.
Where you are right
And
now?
I like that. Huh?
What time is it where you are?
Oh,
Like
1
right now, what time is
and
it?
8. 1 and 8. It's 1:08.
In the morning or afternoon?
Morning. It's Italy after all.
I know. That's what I'm trying to make sure. So it's after midnight.
In other words, the Rumble will start at 2 p.m. at 2 a.m.
Yeah. So
It's too much even for me. I'll just watch the highlights, pal.
Oh shit. Yeah, you can have your.
I do have a question for you. Which surprise returns would you expect to see?
Sasha Banks.
Yeah, but in general, even the men's Royal Rumble.
I don't have any expectations for the men. I think there'll be some surprises, but nothing in my mind for sure. I think Okada might show up just for this match.
But wait, you said Sasha Banks? Wow, now that is fantasy booking at its peak.
No, it's not fantasy at all. She's a free agent. Triple H and her had a great relationship in NXT. Her and Bayley were both together over in Impact TNA for the pay-per-view last week to watch Trinity's match, and those three are tight as they can be. Why would she not want to go with her friend? And here's the
what about Trinity? She too.
Hold on. Here's the thing.
Excuse me.
Right now, TNA, or I beg your pardon, AEW has garnered and earned the reputation of the place where stars flee. And that's where it's at right now.
A new WCW.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. They went to WCW for the money, but right now, WCW, you didn't get beat up backstage. You didn't get bit on the arm. You didn't have complete chaos. I mean, at least you had Russo and you had Bischoff. You had somebody
shit stain
control over the thing. This is just a fucking Wild West show over there with nobody taking control of anything. So, all right,
it's just wild.
Thanks for stopping by. We'll catch up with
bye.
You.
Buonanotte. Buonanotte. Bye.
Buonanotte. All right, Blaze. Let's see. WWE has custom crowd signs. Yeah, I saw that. Now I know Vince getting the game. Here's what I can tell you. You're going to make a custom sign, and they're going to hold it up, and it's going to be a white board with nothing on it. But again, these are all things that they had years ago, and they're acting like, hey, look what we got. A decade ago we had that. Like Hogan or not, though, he shows up, crowd pops. That's true. Although, I don't know, man. He's getting to that age now where the pop ain't like it was, because you got a lot younger audience that didn't live through Hulkamania. Just like when Bruno was at WrestleMania for his son, he wasn't that far removed from being Bruno, but he didn't get the Bruno pop that he got when he was champion a decade earlier. And Hogan's like 30 years past. Yeah, but he's all right. He's good for some comic relief. Eeps. can't with you, man. That's brilliant. Yeah, he's got like new backgrounds every time I get him on nowadays. Oh, I know who a surprise entrant's gonna be. Wade Barrett. He's sitting there with his suit on, but I got a funny feeling it's like a Velcro. And Booker's there with a nice looking suit on too. Bet that's a clip-on tie. Nah, he's got too much bling on. He got 2 rings on. Oh, I would not be shocked. Well, then again, this is a kickoff panel. Once the thing goes live, these guys aren't going to be sitting there. I'm going to say Wade Barrett goes in. How cool would that be to see Wade? I'm looking forward to Kevin Owens. That ought to be a good match there. Wade is picking Nia Jax to win. God help us. Oh, yeah, McAfee. He's always going to show up for this. Yeah, McAfee's going to show up. I think he's in the Rumble. Yeah, Bayley's not winning. Not a chance in hell. And they need to wrap up this story with her and move it along because this, winning the tag team titles and she's over there for the double high five and they ignore her. Okay, let's go. We did it. Yeah, we did it. You're out, girl. One of these pieces is not like the others. I don't think Bayley's Mandarin is very strong. I'll say this, Wade's looking good. Yeah, pre-show's on now. The real thing kicks off at 8. The men and women were working from the same one. Maybe they had 60 numbers in it. Who knows? I fast forwarded through a bit of last night's just to get to the meat and potatoes. I did see R-Truth was back there with a tumbler, but I didn't bother to stop to see what he did. Yeah, they're at the Tropicana Field, which is a good point because that's going away soon. They're going to be demoing that building in the not too distant future. Maybe another year, I think is what I heard. So this is probably the last big event they're ever going to have. God knows the baseball team doesn't sell tickets. All right. Well, listen, I'm going to do this. I'm going to go make me some food, and I'm going to get ready for the actual Rumble event. And then when it's over, I'm going to jump back on here with whatever I got left in me. And let's all meet back here and figure out what we liked, what we didn't like, and just how bad they fucked this thing up if they did. I'm really, really hoping they don't do that, but the potential is great. So we'll find out real soon, too. And I ain't got to wait too much longer. It's about to happen. It's about to get real up in here. I'll see you guys in a little while. Enjoy the Royal Rumble. Actually watched a little bit of AEW, not a lot. Just enough to remind me why I don't watch it. Oh, this is already funny. Just the headline. The list of moves and actions that are now banned from AEW or need to be approved by the company.
Maybe that's why Nash is pissed off, because he went for Brock and Austin and not try to duplicate him.
Well, it'd be easier to duplicate him. You only have to learn 5 moves.
Like you said, and we've all been saying, Tony Khan, you need a hierarchy, and he gets one, and then we make fun of it.
Because he's sitting back there talking about the Brock match, and it's finally we had a wrestling match. Finally, we got 2 guys telling a story. They weren't outside in the ring the whole time. One of them
Was he not watching the same match as we were?
Yeah, those games, man, I would say, like, for me, like, the best ones, I would say, are, like, the ones where they try to get a certain, like, time.
This is my entire IT team right here on screen. Everybody.